It is chive blossom season, everyone. My chive plants are flowering like crazy, and I bet you didn't know that you can eat these. So I'm gonna show you guys 3 creative and unique ways that you can eat your chive blossoms. This is the common chive plant, and as you can see, it is in full bloom. The common chive puts out the most whimsical looking flowers that I've ever seen in my life. They're just these little purple, it just reminds me of like Dr. Seuss. I love chives not only for their culinary purposes, but just for their ornamental purposes. I mean, these blossoms are beautiful and they have a few purposes. A lot of people grow chives and then they bloom and then they're like, what do I do with the flowers? Not knowing that there are so many things that you can do with these flowers. The entire chive plant is edible. Of course, we all know the leaves. This is the thing that we cut up and we put in potatoes or egg salad or however you like to eat chives. But people don't know about the blossoms and the creative and unique ways that you can actually eat these and make goodies. So that's what I'm going to be showing you guys today. But before we get into that, I kind of want to do a Q&A because every time I post my chive plants, I get so many questions. So I want to go ahead and answer them. The first question that I get all the time is, first of all, how did you get this chive plant to grow? It seems that a lot of you are trying to start chives from seed, and chives are one of those plants that are just so notorious for being difficult to start from seed. My suggestion is you buy started plants from a trusted nursery, and that is how I've started all of my chive plants. I just bought them fully established and I picked the biggest one that I could find. Sometimes you go to a nursery and they have these little plugs, and that's totally fine, but chive plants take a long time to kind of grow and get established like this, which leads me into my next question that I get asked all the time. How is your chive plant blooming so well? A lot of you are having trouble apparently getting your chives to bloom. And my answer to that is that this plant right here is about 3 or 4 years old. Like I said, chives can kind of be slow growing and they aren't gonna bloom the first year, most likely. And then the second year, I believe they only bloom just like a little bit. It takes a long time and it can take years for it to get this nice, beautiful bloom all over. It also depends on your environment. I feel like warmer environments where the chive plant doesn't really ever die back and it just keeps staying green all year round, I feel like it's harder for them to bloom. Whereas here in North Carolina, my chives tend to kind of die back, almost like wilted grass in the winter, and then they'll start popping back up. And I feel like that reset is just really helpful for the blooms. So it could just be your environment, and it may be that where you live, you're not gonna get many blooms. So if you're having trouble with getting your chive plants to bloom, maybe give them some time or maybe research if that's even possible in your area. And that kind of already answers my next question that I get asked all the time. Are chives perennial? And yes, they are perennial in zones 3 through 9. And so they come back every year. And like I said, they get bigger and they get better every year. And so you do have to give them time. This right here, to get your chive plants to look like this is a long game. You gotta be committed for the long haul. Where I like to plant chives is I love to just tuck them into corners of the beds like this. And it gives variety to beds, and like I said, I love how whimsical these flowers are. I truly really love this plant. I have them scattered all throughout my garden. I grow both common chives and garlic chives. There's a few key differences between the two. These are the common chives and the leaves are kind of round and hollow. With garlic chives, the leaves are more flat and they have just a very small hint of like a more garlicky flavor, whereas with common chives, it's more onion leaning. And then where these chives bloom these purple flowers in the spring, with garlic chives, they will bloom white flowers in the fall. And the garlic chive plant is the exact same. The flowers are edible as well as the leaves. When you are harvesting these blossoms to use, you want to make sure that you're getting ones that have just opened. When they open, they're very light in color, and then they kind of start to darken, and then they kind of start to look like they're dried. So we want to pick ones that look like they've just opened and they're gonna be more fresh. Now, you might also want to go ahead and pluck off those older ones anyways, just because if you let the chive plant go to seed, it will spread and it will start growing everywhere. And I'm dealing with that in my garden right now. My garlic chive bloomed last year and I didn't use the blooms and I just let it go to seed. And now they're growing everywhere. And chive plants, when they root in the ground, they are very hard to pull up. You can't just pull up the plant, you have to like dig them out. So beware, I would go ahead and just take off all of the blooms just to maintain the plant. And this can also keep your chive plant producing leaves for you all summer so that you can eat the leaves. So first, I'm gonna harvest as many chive blossoms as I can, and then we'll get started with making some delicious things from them. So, without any further ado, let's talk about what you can do with these blossoms. First up, we are gonna make chive blossom vinegar. If you have a gardener in your life that gives you a jar of this, just know that they love you to the highest degree possible, because this is a garden delicacy that we only get to make once a year, and it is so delicious. I look forward to this every single year, and it is so easy to make. First, you're gonna wash and dry your chive blossoms really well, and then all you do is you're gonna add the entire blossom, stem and all, into the jar. And you can put as many chive blossoms in here as you'd like. You can fill up the entire jar, you can do half of a jar. It just depends on the flavor that you want and the amount of chiviness that you want to come through. Then you're going to top up the jar with white wine vinegar. I got mine from Sprouts. It doesn't matter where you get it from, you just wanna make sure that it is at least 5% acidity. Mine is 6%, and that is just because of the nature of what we're doing. We're adding fresh chive blossoms into vinegar. We wanna make sure that the acidity is enough to actually preserve the chive blossoms. You're gonna put your lid on this, you're gonna label the top, and then you wanna store this in a dark cupboard for about a week. You can even go up to 2 weeks. Again, it just depends on how chivy you want this. And then once it's finished, it's gonna have this amazing pink color, and it's just so beautiful. And then you wanna strain out your chive blossoms, and you're left with chive blossom vinegar. And then you can use this vinegar for anything that you want. If you are growing collard greens in the spring and you wanna add some vinegar with a little bit of oniony flavor, it's so good in that. If you wanna make a delicious salad dressing, you can use this as a salad dressing base. You can even use this as a pickling brine for quick pickles. You can add in some radishes in there, some cucumber, any kind of garden vegetable that you can pull out of the garden. You can just throw in some of your chive blossom vinegar, and it makes the best pickles. So this is one of my favorite things to make every single year, and I can't wait until this is done processing. It's really hard to wait for a week or two. That's probably the most challenging part of this process. The second best thing that you can make with chive blossoms is chive blossom butter. And this is just as easy to make as the chive blossom vinegar. All you're gonna do is you're actually gonna pick apart the chive blossoms this time. You're gonna kind of separate out the smaller buds from the main stem, and then you're just gonna add it to some softened butter. Mine was a little bit too softened. It was actually starting to melt. So after I added my chive blossoms, I did stick it in the fridge really quick. Basically, all it is you're just adding chive blossoms to butter. I chose salted butter for this. If you're using unsalted, I would add a little bit of salt to it. It just makes it taste a lot better. And then if you would like, you can either just store it in a bowl in your fridge, or if you want to roll it into a log, maybe to give it as a gift to someone, just take some parchment paper and kind of form it into a little log and then just twist the ends. I could have given mine a little bit more room on the ends here. And then you can actually take like some twine or a ribbon or something and add it to the ends. And this just makes the cutest little gift ever. And it's also super delicious. One of my favorite ways to eat this I love radishes and butter together. That is a very French thing I've learned, and the French are so correct with that. It's so good. It's so good. Radishes go with butter. And so I like to take a piece of toast, add my chive butter on top, and then add some sliced radishes with a little bit of salt. It makes the best toast in the world. It's so magnificent. Other ways to use your butter, it's really amazing on meats, such as a steak, or some salmon. You could even make like a buttery tofu if you're vegetarian. You can add it to veggies. You can pretty much add it to anything. You're gonna use it just like you would regular butter. It's just gonna have that infused chivey flavor that makes it so delicious. So this is just another quick and easy thing that you can make with your chive blossoms. Lastly, we're gonna make some chive blossom salt. Again, another quick and easy 2-ingredient recipe to make this. You are simply going to, like we did with the butter, remove the tinier blossoms from the full head of blossoms, and you're gonna sprinkle it on some salt. You want to make sure that the salt is spread out on a plate or a tray, and you wanna sprinkle the chive blossoms in there, mix it together, and then you're actually gonna leave this out to dry. And the salt is gonna remove the moisture from the chive blossoms, and it'll preserve it in a way. And then you can put it in a jar and just keep it mixed together like this in a jar. And then when you wanna use a salt with a chivey little oniony flavor to it, you just break this out. And again, this would be so amazing on meats, fish, vegetables, just anything that you use salt on. This is gonna be great. For the purpose of this video, I went ahead and put this in a jar, but I am going to later lay it out again and let it dry. You can let this dry for about 4 or 5 days, however long it takes for those blossoms to really dry out. And again, that's just gonna preserve the salt, and it's gonna keep it from getting clumpy, because if you add stuff to salt that has moisture in it, it's just gonna make the salt clump together. So just spread it out in a thin layer and leave it out to dry, and then put it in your jar. But again, this is just so easy and something so creative that you can make with your chive blossoms, and it makes a really great gift. I mean, look at this. This is beautiful. I would be so thrilled if someone gave me this as a gift. I would be thrilled if anyone gave me any of these things as a gift. If you don't want to do any of these things, you can still use your chive blossoms by simply sprinkling them on your food. It beautifies your food. It makes use of edible flowers. And it's just something that, say you are having a dinner party or something, if you have chive blossoms on your food, it's gonna make people go, ooh, ah, wow. It just elevates food a little bit. And like I've said so many times in this video, they're so tasty. They just are like this little burst of oniony flavor without there being any onions. It's just such an underrated extra crop from our gardens that we should be using. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you got some inspiration and some ideas on how to use your chive blossoms. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else that you guys do that maybe I don't know about to use my chive blossoms. Let me know. I would love to know. I'm always down to hear something new and try something new. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to see more like it. And you can find me on all the things, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. And if you love written content or recipes in written form, I'm also on Substack. And I also have a podcast with my co-host Dagny called The Garden Girls Podcast. And we drop new videos every single Wednesday. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.